somewhere in Podcaster Valleyton, the last place on earth. We're here.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
episode 2630, 2630. And it's Mike Matthews.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast, where we learn some interesting things together. And then after Mike Matthews sings, we go into our brains and we think about things. And we do sometimes jump on springs, jump into a spring, something to that effect.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And today is National Catfish Day.
Mike's
because
Daily
people love
Podcast.
meeting people online.
Yeah!
And they fall in love with the picture, and then they find out that's not the person. That's not the person. You've been catfished. Oh, it's not that kind of day? It's a real catfish? Okay. Yes. Nicely breaded. And you eat a bunch, and they give you one of those little round balls of dough that some of you don't care for. Oh, but sometimes they're really good. Those deep fried little balls of dough that I can't think of at the moment the name of it. It'll come back to me in a moment, I'm sure. It's also National Strawberry Parfait Day to wash down your catfish with. And then it is World Vitiligo Day. Years ago, when I was in college, my college girlfriend, she was super smart. She was way smarter than me. And she did Shakespeare, and she was all Shakespearean, and she was a Shakespeare English Lit major superstar. She had vitiligo. And that was the first time I found out what that was. But it is a thing, so just recognizing a lot of people have it. And living life regardless. That's important, isn't it?
And here's today's podcast picture.
All right, so you're like going to one of those places that serves those little balls of dough. Like, let's say you're in Florida. Maybe you're getting one of those sandwiches. Is it called a po' boy? And you eat the little ball of dough. And the podcast picture is not of a little ball of dough, but from something recent. I think it'll probably be more than likely something from Podcastro Valley. And you can see it at MikesDailyPodcast.com. The late, great Basil the Boxer. He and I often would walk around, probably in this locale that you're seeing at MikesDailyPodcast.com, that picture. Go to that website because I pay for it. And that means I put money into it. And I spend my money, and I hope that people go to see the website and the podcast pictures and listen to all the old shows. There's a lot of old shows there.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
So I finally discovered Bard. Google Bard. And it's... I haven't actually... Well, I kind of used it. The thing is, Microsoft actually beat Google to the punch. This has been the big story of 2022, 23, whatever year this is. The big story in my mind. Because I remember back when Bing came out and everybody laughed at the name. Ah ha 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 ha. And they were like so mad that they weren't... Maybe they call them dough balls. Oh, if you're Greek, it's a loukoumades.
Isn't that a good one?
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, what I remember, and then Bing said, we want to get people to actually use this service, so we'll give out points. And the points, I'm waiting till that. When is that going to end? Because they're still doing the points thing. And it's just like... They're just called dough balls. Dang it. I thought they had a fancy name. So they just really... They want people to use Bing. And people are like, well, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to go use Google because everybody uses it. And they made it into a verb that everybody uses. It's the biggest word in the world. And I believe it's also a number that's really high up there, Google. And it's a myriad of things, Google. Anyway, Cafe Anyway. You also will find with that Bing suddenly decided, hey, we're going to jump out in front of everybody, do the chat GBT, the generative AI, and bam, they just jumped in front of everybody. Now, part of what it does, the AI, it's a chat bot. It answers a question. You can have it actually talk. You could actually, when it answers the question,
Right?
you can go, oh, okay, and you've got this wonderful, you don't have to type anything, you don't have to read anything, it just reads to you, so you can be dumb. It's wonderful, which I enjoy doing. But it also, I like the fact with search, overall search, you've got all these links and these websites that it gives you, whereas the ChatGPT will tell you the answer. They don't necessarily give you choices. It's just one answer that it's come up with. So it's a very finalized, narrow-fied, fine-tuned funnel that gets your answer. And bing, there it is. But the Bard that I was testing out yesterday, the Google Bard, it just does the same thing. Now, is that going to get more and more integrated into everything that Google has? A lot of us, like I'm on Gmail, MikesDailyPodcast at gmail.com. So a lot of us use it. It'll probably get more integrated into all the stuff that Google has. But it was just so fascinating how Microsoft jumped out ahead of Google and all of this. As we go outside a Cafe Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valleyton, the last place on earth. Perhaps you are listening to this on June 25th, when it is...
It's a nightmare of a show.
National Strawberry Parfait Day. It's not National Dough Ball Day, but oh well.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
And perhaps you've been enjoying your wondrous weekend. Perhaps you've been thinking about inflation. A lot of people are saying that is not going to go away, even though it's been getting a little bit better. And we've been talking a lot about Target lately, about how it's not getting as many people coming into it, into the stores. Well, wait a minute. Is it? I heard there was a big crime spree going on in Target stores. Well, there was a big problem as well, where a Target store last month, or earlier this month, in Oklahoma City, there was a Target store there that was briefly evacuated after a bomb threat. So Target seemed to be the hub of a lot of activity lately. I'm hearing a lot of their ads on the radio and podcasts and YouTube and everywhere else they're advertising, trying to get people to come in and buy stuff they need for the summer, like bathing suits and whatnot.
Mike's Daily Podcast Master Pod Beater.
So, this is something. It's called A Song About Pickleball. Pickleball, I've never played it, but I'm in the general age category where people play pickleball at my age.
Later that day.
Beignets. Zeppoli, Strafoli, honey balls. Okay. There. That may have answered a previous question. So yeah, pickleball. It's so big these days. There are vacations for pickleball paradise vacations. Picklers. Oh, remember Kelly Pickler? Probably you don't. Picklers are organizing. She was that country singer. She got somewhat popular. She did a pretty good version of the Christmas song Santa Baby. And if you look at... There's... what was that music video? There's a music video where a really young Taylor Swift and Kelly Pickler, they came out about the same time. So Kelly Pickler must be looking at Taylor Swift going, that should have been me. But maybe not. And I forget who they're performing with, but they came out and were singing backup with the guy that was it Garth Brooks and Dunn, Keith Urban, somebody was playing on stage, and they were out there singing with them.
We love you, Mike.
Oh, it was Brad Paisley. That's right. I'm so much cooler online, or maybe it was Celebrity.
Wow.
And they're out there singing backup with them. That song, gosh, that came out in the mid-O's. And so that's how long it's been with Taylor Swift. And people are forgetting her concerts. And I know I bring that up every podcast. But that's got to be something. That's got to bite at Taylor Swift. What? People aren't remembering what I do in concert?
That's why we pay Mike the big bucks.
Why am I even going out there on stage if they're not remembering?
Or someone pays.
Absolutely.
So Picklers are organizing pickleball-focused trips to other countries. I think she was also from American Idol, if I'm not mistaken. Pickleball, a hybrid of tennis, ping pong, and badminton, is America's fastest growing sport with about 8.9 million players in the U.S. in 2022.
Add the extra zero.
An 86% increase from the year prior. So it is definitely a thing.
First of all, I just want to thank everyone for joining us here on this show. This is great.
Now, that one last bit about the Netflix thing, I mentioned the password sharing crackdown. Amazingly well. Everybody thought they would fail at it, but apparently it's been doing really well. They started it May 23rd. They began charging U.S. subscribers $8 to add another user to their account if that person lives outside the account holder's household. In the first 6 days after the clampdown went into effect, Netflix had the 4 single largest days of U.S. user acquisition. Average signups to Netflix reached 73,000 during that period, a 102% increase from the prior 60-day average.
Oh, yeah? How much? A lot.
There has been a backlash to that crackdown from upset consumers. There was a cancel Netflix hashtag that was kind of popular on Twitter, but they laughed all the way to the bank. Their stock shot up. Consumers are notoriously prone to overstate their willingness to cancel services in surveys. They don't actually do it. I actually did it. But then my lovely lady friend, she has Netflix, so I watch hers. But I canceled it before I met her, so I was ready to go without Netflix. I think I was watching just a bunch of YouTube stuff. Analysts expect 33 million households will convert into paying subscribers by the end of 2025, and that'll be about $400 million worth of cha-ching and all of that. You know, I asked Bard yesterday, I said Mike's Daily Podcast to Bard, and it came up with a real good answer. It actually talked about my podcast. Bing seriously messed up because it keeps thinking I'm saying the name Mike Staley because there's a guy named Mike Staley, but I actually think he's died. But he was some guy, I think, in sports. So they think I'm talking about a podcast that Mike Staley was on. But I'm saying Mike Staley. It's so frustrating.
Hi there, Mike. How are you?
But Bard got it right, so maybe Bard will overtake Bing. It could be better. You know how those people at YouTube, Google owns YouTube. You know how they are.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
They want to get it done, I guess, better than Microsoft, but we'll see. We're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley with all these wonderful birds. Look who else is here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I got one of the snow globes you were asking about. The one that has the little sleigh in the middle of it. And when you shake it, it says Rosebud, Mike Matthews, even though I don't know what that means, Mike Matthews. What, you okay? Yeah, it's my retainers. They act up sometime. How long do you gotta wear retainers for? I don't know. I just started wearing them. No, you've had them for years. No, Mike Matthews, it's brand new. Uh-huh. I'm also selling customized retainers in the gift shop of the K. Santa Fe Cafe. We're not at the K. Santa Fe Cafe anymore. It's the cafe anyway. But if you want to hear the K. Santa Fe Cafe, go to the last podcast because we played some of it in the segment Let's Go Back with Matthews. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, I think you cut off Chely Shoehart. She had something else to say. Whoops. Really? Chely, sorry about that. Anything else? Mike Matthews, I watch everything on Netflix. Ah, okay. When are they gonna bring back Paper Girls? Paper Girls. No, that was actually Amazon Prime. And I thought it ended pretty bad. Even though it had Ali Wong in it. It was pretty bad. Some cool special effects, but it was pretty bad. So, I don't know. Maybe the next season will be better. Who knows if they'll come out with a new one. But thank you guys, for stopping by. Because now it's time for a great segment called the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. I'm going to play for you a couple songs that I received at my website, MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. And the first song, and you can send me a song too if you would like, to that email account. This one says, "Hi there, Mike. In 2020, June," wow, so that was 3 years ago, "I took a solo road trip from Los Angeles to Berkeley, California, through Big Sur," oh, that's a nice drive, "to see an old friend. By the way, I'm having a heck of a time trying to figure out where I want to go June 10th, because I'm going to try to get out of town. I'm off for a whole week, and I cannot figure out where to go. And part of the problem is I got a cat, and we're going to actually take the cat with us because he walks on a harness. He's been trained. But then we got another cat at home. We got to hire somebody to feed the cat. It's just too much. It's too much to deal with. I just want to relax and have a good week off from work and not have to think about work. That's what I want to do. Wish me luck. So this person goes on to say, "I had just been through a really challenging situation in my life. One of those circumstances where it felt like the rug had been pulled out from underneath me. I took the drive to clear my head and found myself grappling with how I could have been blind. How could I have been so blind to what was going on while I was trying to come to a place of peace and let it go. Here's my new song, Bright Lights. It reflects on this experience. It's one of my favorite tracks from Child of Venus, which comes out, that's their debut LP. It comes out July 7th. Bright Lights refers to both the lights of a city as you're driving in at night, as well as having a light bulb moment during a period of contemplation. Okay, and this is the band, or the lady, I guess it's a lady named Amara. And that's Amara with two A's in the middle. Amara. And here's a little bit of that song. Now, I'm only going to play a little bit because otherwise I get dinged by YouTube, which is so annoying. And that means you can't listen to this on YouTube if I get dinged. And you have to find me elsewhere with this song. So let's listen to a little bit of it. And for more of it, you can look up Amara. She is on YouTube. And you can actually find this song yourself. But here's a little bit of it. There you go, Amara. What a nice voice. Okay, and Amara with Bright Lights. Here is a song by the name of, let's see, well, it's a group called Too Quick. Oh, no, wait, the song is called Too Quick to Trust, and that's with the number 2. And all of that is scrunched together to try to make one word, I guess. Too Quick to Trust is our first track. It says, "Hey, Mike. This song was inspired from negative experiences in our music and personal lives. where many have tried to take advantage of us, from having people try to steal our music, take advantage of our band, take advantage of us as humans. Well, this is our response. When starting Tandem, that's the name of the band, Tandem, all capitals, and they don't have an EM. So it's just TANDM. TANDM. Both Thomas and I were very young and naive to the music scene, and some of the bad people in it, our kindness, generosity, and innocence, were taken advantage of. And that put us in a really bad place for confidence and trust in the music industry. Too quick to trust is a confidence clap back at those who have wronged us in the past, proving that all they were to us were nameless. Was nameless and song material. Okay, here is Too Quick to Trust or Tanda with the song Too Quick to Trust.
You wanted more than you deserved, and you waited till we peaked. You said it was yours for.
Wow, snappy. That's Too Quick to Trust. Let's see, the next one is, I think they are called, what is the name? Well, it says, "Hi, Mike. I wrote Mindful Madness in the heat of the worldwide lockdown. The lyrics touch on themes of self-reflection, questioning reality, and describe a sense of widespread confusion and a desire for clarity. It encourages embracing individuality, questioning the status quo, and finding solace in the chaos of life." And the name of the song is called Mindful Madness, and it is Alex Exists. Ah, that's the name of this artist, featuring Martha Johnson. All right, that's a weird video. Alex Exists. And then we have this one here by the Tuesday Nighters. This is song number 4. We're the Tuesday Nighters. It says, "Hello, Mike. We're a Canadian rock and roll band with a spirit found on the dance floor of downtown Toronto and a soul in the small towns and countryside of Northern Ontario. With many songs and riffs of ours found in movies and TV shows all over the Canadian media landscape, we felt it was finally time to share our music with the world through the new project. Sometimes when things get you down, you just want to scream and shout and get back on top. We want to be unapologetically ourselves, creating music that is evergreen and timeless. Inspired by that feeling of a soul revival, this funky and motivating song has a real sing-along quality to it, but we hope it will make you want to scream and shout." Okay. And here they are, Scream and Shout, the Tuesday Nighters. Okay. And the last song, song number 5, is by Royal Castles. "Hey, Mike, our new single, Sweet, is meant to play on repeat. The last few years have spun us all out, and we need to remember where the kids go and make that our destination together. Sweet is all about good love, good people, good times, and breaking free from isolation." All right, that's short and sweet. Royal Castles.
She's so sweet, she's so sweet, sweet on me. She's so sweet, when she's sweet on me.
Oh, my. I might like that one the best for last. Well, which one did you like? Let me know. You can call me at 510
MTV News. You hear it first.
510-228-4640. That's 510-228-4640. Thank you for listening to the show. And with more ways to reach me, here is Ariel.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!